I think AI only does three-fourths of the job.
You are of the belief that as of today, that ChatGPT and all these kind of various AI tools are really only useful for marketers. And now I kind of see why you're saying that. I wonder if you could elaborate for folks where why you see it as only really useful for marketers, and when you start to see, other than I guess maybe the high school kids, cheating on their homework, but when you start to see that as kind of a mainstream tool, or if we'll ever even reach that point, or if it'll always be something in our world that every kind of marketer rants and raves about, and mere mortals, as you put it, may not be as interested in it.
Well, first, let's talk about what it actually does and doesn't do for marketers. So I think AI only does three-fourths of the job.
Yeah.
So what I would analogize to this, do you guys remember the term from the late 90s and early 2000s, the last mile?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The last mile was the phone line from you to your internet service provider, and the last mile was the warehouse, like delivering groceries from the warehouse to your house, or Amazon from the Amazon warehouse to your house. That was the last mile. Now, it was in contrast to the first 10,000 miles, which, internet message could go around the world 10 times on fiber optic cables, but it couldn't get to your house that fast. Or shipping stuff from Guangzhou to Indianapolis was super easy. It's just a shipping container and it's going to get there in 3 weeks, guaranteed. And that's easy. But getting it from Indianapolis to your doorstep is hard. This is exactly where AI is right now. Every time I get on a Zoom meeting and I say, if you're writing copy, AI does it gets you to 75%, rough draft to 75% done. And that's about it, right? And everybody's like, yes, yes. I got to play with it. I got to mess. The last mile is going to be with us for the foreseeable future with AI. Now, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years from now, maybe AI will be sort of like it's 2007 or it's 2010 and everybody's got fiber optic cable in their house and everybody's got a fast internet connection and everybody's got 4G. Well, that took a while. And this, getting AI from first thing to final finished piece of copy, it's going to be a while before it's doing exactly what you want. And when it does, that becomes totally commoditized and effectively worthless.
Yeah.
So I say there's always going to be a last mile. About 10 years ago, I did a fairly now famous seminar with Richard Koch, who's now a billionaire. He's only worth 200 million back then. It was called the Star Seminar. And for 10 years, I had been teaching direct marketing and Google Ads and all of that stuff. And Richard's seminar was, what kind of companies make 10 million, 100 million, or $1 billion? And what kind of things what do they actually do for people? Well, it's always the company that's number one in a growing market. It's always your number one in a growing market. There's never any exception to that. If you're not number one in a growing market, you ain't making $1 billion. It's not going to happen. And number two, they always make something radically simpler than it used to be. Like whether it's Apple or Microsoft or General Motors or any of those companies, when they made their quantum leap, all of them did at the time was whatever the way you used to do something, they made it a lot simpler and a lot easier. And as soon as we did that seminar, I realized I'm in a new game now. For the last 10 years, if you knew direct marketing and you knew how to write a headline, you knew how to buy an ad, you understood click-through rate, you understood what a conversion was, man, you've got a license to print money. Right, Frankie? I mean, when you
That's
talk
why I
about
started following you, my man. You were my license to print money.
well, what I suddenly realized was all of those direct marketing things, those are quickly becoming commodities. I think AI just puts the nail on the coffin. The fact that you can like take a Google Analytics spreadsheet or Facebook report, upload it to ChatGPT and start asking it questions. It's like, so which of these ads are working and what strategy is working? What kind of mess? And it actually gives you answers. It just means all that old Claude Hopkins direct marketing stuff has been thoroughly commoditized. That's what it means. And guess what? Figuring out your unique selling proposition, figuring out what market is growing, where do I want to be number one, what radical simplification do I introduce to the marketplace? That's where all the money is. And the AI is not going to answer that question for you. It will help. It will give you ideas. It will give you angles, but ultimately it's human ingenuity. And I think, I mean, we can have a whole philosophical discussion here. I think the world has way overhyped what AI actually is. But again, that's another conversation depending on if you want to go down
Yeah,
that
let's
rabbit
go there. I mean, I'm kind of with you in that I think it's a very valuable tool, but like, you know, internet marketers in general get way too caught up in tools and not enough behind the big ideas behind them. Like last time we were talking about Google Ads and the importance of like offers and understanding who you're talking to and things like that, and that all of those kind of things are secondary. Everybody gets caught up in you know, should I use Performance Max or not? And they miss the kind of really big, kind of simple, you know, stuff that hasn't changed in 1,000 years. So I'm with you personally that I think they're immensely valuable tools, but the idea that, you know, the tool is the savior and not the person operating it that knows how to use the tool is a totally different game. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on that for sure. Guys, if you like this video, you're also going to want to grab some free bonuses, which you can get at our website, Beyond Agency Profits. To make it easy for you, I've put the links to it in the description of this video, as well as pinned in the top comment. And we've got a couple of awesome things. This is what you'll get after you sign up. You get some of our best training, how we're closing clients over Loom videos, how we sometimes sign clients that is not a misprint for under $5 US, how to demonstrate your value in like amazing ways, trainings, how to have your clients write the best copy of your life, how we're closing without phone calls, campaigns that we've generated for clients that have done over $100,000, as well as scripts you can use to get conversations going with clients in under 10 minutes. All you got to simply do is go there, enter your name and email address, and then this is what you'll see on the other side. So if that's interesting to you, make sure to click the links below, and I will see you on the other side.